I don't even care what the article says. Like, I want to talk about this topic. And so I read the article. It was kind of just like a list of all everybody's excuses for being fat, you know. And my body's in starvation mode. I'm holding on to the calories, or I have some genetic predisposition to burning fewer calories. Basically, just avoiding the cold hard math of calories in, calories out, which any personal trainer is very familiar with. And I was interested in, as a personal trainer, a lot of my job was to convince people to eat less food. And it's really hard to do that. You have to get to know the person well. And in my style, which was kind of maybe inappropriately therapeutic, but figuring out what boundaries are they not holding in their life that makes it so that they can't stop themselves from eating food? What are they coping with by eating food? What's the little room that they're building around themselves? What's the sleeping bag of food? Why do they need that? And it usually involves one or more other people in their lives who either are directly just giving them food and they can't say no, who are eating a lot themselves, or something not directly about food, but some kind of indirect relational thing, uh, some situation or relationship or family situation that they need to change, a job they need to change, whatever. There's always something that's like, if you pull here, then suddenly going to bed without eating a pint of ice cream becomes more tolerable. And I know this not because of my degree in psychology or my family upbringing around therapists or psychologists, but because I love to fucking eat. When things are bad in my life, I like to eat. And you guys know that. I know you know that because you see my face every fucking week. So when I eat, you know. You know when something's up. And it's not when times are bad. It's not when I'm feeling bad. It's when I it's a specific kind of bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I suffer a tragedy, I'm probably not going to get fat because of that. It's when I'm lodged in a system or situation that I can't tolerate, and I can't get any wiggle room. I can't get any bodily autonomy, and then that I think that's where food to me is like having an extra room in my house. I've got my office, but you're here, frankly. My office, um, then there's a fucking camera there. That has a psychological effect on me. This is not a place where I can really come to relax, be by myself. I wish it were. It would be cool to be like, this is the man cave. It's not the boy cave. It's not really, because there's a camera aiming at me. It's like having a gun aimed at you. It might not be loaded, might not be on firing right now, but it's a gun. It's there. So, the bedroom, the living room, you know, every time you open a door, you got to get in an argument with a fucking cat. When it feels like the walls are closing in on me psychologically, relationally, professionally, a little ice cream sandwich, a little sushi burrito is like a little guest house. Walking into a hotel room, perfectly clean, nothing on the floor, no people, no cats, none of your own shit lying around. A burrito is like a sushi burrito is like 5 minutes of that feeling. Just I imagine heroin is like a whole palace of just that. So I know how hard it is to stop eating. And you know that I know.
Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough.
New, not on my watch. They're just fucking mad about it. Yeah, they're going crazy. They're boycotting everything, saying everything's turning people gay. The Target one's the big one. I don't understand that boycott, because initially I thought it was over like Gay Pride Month, but Target's done Gay Pride forever. And then I looked into it more, and the conservatives are boycotting Target because of something called tuck-friendly bathing suits. Did you see that? That they're mad at tuck-friendly bathing suits? And that kind of shocked me, because I'm like, what the fuck is a tuck-friendly bathing suit? Like, do I just have the smallest dick in the entire world? That I can't imagine I would have a problem hiding my penis in a regular women's bathing. I've never looked at a woman's bathing suit and been like, yeah, no chance, dude, no way. Yeah, not gonna happen. And then apparently they're for children also. I can understand why they're mad. If I was in Target and I heard a lady being like, excuse me, my son's dick is too big for the bathing suit. I'd be like, I'm never coming back to this fucking store again. I'm going back to GameStop where I belong. Yeah, my son's penis, it's hanging out of the back. It's coming out. It's snaked around to the top, my son's giant penis. But, yeah, I don't understand transphobia, you know? And I say I don't understand transphobia, and it sounds like I'm coming from a place of moral high ground, but really I don't understand it like as an abstraction. Like on a conceptual level, you know? Like in the same way that I don't really understand gravity. You know, like you can explain it to me, but like I don't, like what is gravity? Like fat people just have a secret energy that for some reason the earth is like, that's the one, give me, I want his power, give it to me. And then the moon comes by and he's like, we meet again, and then they fight over him. And then somehow that's how women have periods, is how what gravity. And I guess, yeah, transphobia, same thing. Because I'll be honest with you, I kind of don't even really understand what a trans person is anymore. And I mean, I try to keep up, I try to be progressive and like read the definitions, but there's too many syllables. I don't know what you're saying. I'm an idiot. I have to understand things in simple terms, right? And in basic terms, what is a trans person? Somebody that's so disappointed by their genitals that they're suicidal? Isn't that just fucking everybody in the world? Isn't that everybody? Every person that's ever lived? If I think about the amount of times in my life I've looked at my dick and said, fuck it, maybe I'll just kill myself. Maybe I'll just end it right now. And now they got a parade for guys like me? Great, I'll take that. You can keep the bathing suit, but I'll take that parade, pal. Now they're passing all these laws, these anti-trans laws. And it's weird, too, because
I gotta start writing shit down.
Right? Like, they each have a different fucked up law. Like, Tennessee will be like, they're not allowed to eat Ritz crackers anymore. We're taking that away. That's
they ain't allowed to eat Ritz crackers anymore.
But, yeah, they all got them. North Carolina was the first. They passed the first anti-trans bill, HB 2, which banned trans people from
I'm practicing doing
bathroom,
voices, so I'd be a good comedian.
That seems like the worst option, probably. They're gonna go to the bathroom somewhere, right? I was like, now every time you step in dog shit in North Carolina, you gotta be like, I hope that was a dog. I hope that it's just maybe a Great Dane. It has that kind of give to it. Maybe it was Beethoven and not a very angry lady, hopefully. But yeah, no, they passed that bill, and it was funny, after North Carolina passed that bill banning trans people from the bathroom, then all of these like musicians, they were like, we're not gonna perform there anymore, right? They boycotted North Carolina, and then Cirque du Soleil very publicly added their name to the list. They were like, yeah, no more French circus for North Carolina. Until you're nicer to trans people, we're not coming. And I was like, yes, definitely, totally. That is going to be the one, for sure. That'll be the straw that breaks that camel's back. Like, there's gonna be some bigoted Southern lawmaker that's like, over my dead body. Will trans people use my bathroom? And someone's like, Mark, I have terrible news. We lost Cirque du Soleil. And he's like, not the French moms that suck each other off in the air. Not the Quebecois bodybuilders that oil each other up and have facsimile gay sex dangling from ribbons. I don't know if you've seen Cirque du Soleil, but Cirque du Soleil is what they think trans people are doing in the bathroom. That's what they imagine is happening. They're like, they're in there, they got a goddamn lion, there's a ring of fire. They got a laser show like a Tool concert. How am I going to explain that to my 8-year-old? I can't do it. Anyways. Yeah, I was down in the Carolinas somewhat recently because I had to get an abortion. I guess that's the other thing. You have to be careful bringing that up, too, now that got taken away. That was sort of a doozy, right? You would think with all the trans stuff going on, women are like, whew, we're in the clear. And then they were like, not so fast. There we go. We will get you, too. Take away abortions. Yes. But yeah, that is a sensitive topic, and I don't really know what to say, you know, if you're a woman and it affects you, because there's nothing I can say. I can't fix it, right? I just have to be like, hey, you just gotta know it'll get better, you know? Yeah, you gotta keep the faith is what you gotta do. You gotta pray, honestly. You gotta say, dear God, please kill those kids. Because it's up to you now, God. And she'll do it, too. She'll do it. God will do it. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. God's a woman. In fact, I know that because I found out apparently half of all pregnancies end in abortion, which only a female God would allow, you know. And it's, of course, when God does it, they don't call it an abortion, they call it a miscarriage, which is, I always thought that was a funny name for it, right? Like a miscarriage. Like it's just like your pussy just has like bad shocks. Yeah, it's sort of a bumpy ride. It just kind of fell out. So that's what it is. Goofy name. But yeah, like I said, I live in New York, so I don't ever have to worry about it. You can kill your baby forever in New York City. They'll never pass a law. In fact, now in New York City, they're doing this thing where if you're from like a real fucked up place like Indiana, they'll fly you to New York and they'll put you in a hotel and pay for your abortion, which is cool, but it's also creating this like bizarre tourism industry in New York City. Where people like come to New York and get an abortion and then go see Hamilton in the same afternoon. They're like, well, we're already here, we might as well check it out. It'd be fun. I'll put a towel down, it'll be fine. Yeah. But that is good. That is good. I think it's good New York's doing that, helping people out in that way. I will say this, as a New Yorker, I'm a little concerned as to what impact those added abortions will have on our sewer system. And look, I'm not being crass. That's not a crude joke, but this is 100% true. You can look it up. The New York City sewer system is on the brink of collapse, right? It's a serious problem. It's all backed up with fat. And the reason for that, and I wish there was a more delicate way to put this, is because New York City is filled with Dagos. It's filled with, it is. It's filled with Italian people that just keep dumping olive oil down the kitchen sink all day long. They can't stop. They wake up, they're like, yeah, lasagna breakfast, and they jam it down the garbage disposal. They just do it all day long, to the extent that they have to run fucking PSAs where they're like, please stop flushing ravioli down the toilet. You guinea moron, you're destroying the sewers. And then it all clumps up in the sewers, and it's very funny, because in the PSAs, they call the fat clumps, they call them fat bergs, which, hilarious to blame it on the Jews, even though it's fucking, even though it's the Italians, to scapegoat them once again is very funny. But it's like, yeah, what happens when you add a bunch of fucking embryos to those things, you know? Because I don't know, I'm not a fucking scientist, but I'm pretty sure that's how you get the Ninja Turtles, I think. If I remember the plot of that movie correctly, I think that's how it went. Yeah, that's why they all got Italian names, right? That's where that, yeah. My mom was an embryo, my dad was a bunch of gnocchi, and here I am, I'm fucking... Hey, I'm Leonardo, I guess. I'm the red mask one. I always confused their masks. I never understood why the Ninja Turtles had masks. That never made sense to me. What was the point of that? Like, who's gonna be like, hey, who was that guy that was just here? Did anyone get a good look at that man that was here earlier? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say maybe one of the 4 mutant turtle men that have been going on this evening. But I can't be sure. He had a mask on, so I don't know. It's crazy that those movies are still coming out. The Ninja Turtles movie? That's wild. That they're just like getting away with the Splinter voice still. You know what I mean? Like there's one of those movies coming out in a month, and the turtles are like, let's go get Shredder, and then there's just a rat that's like, 1 second. Just nobody's mad. Nobody's mad at all. The studio's just like, what? It's a rat accent. I don't know why. That's how rats talk. And they make one of them a year. I don't know how they get away with that. But was I talking about abortion? Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I had to go to the last time it happened. This is weird too. I keep catching bodies over the last couple of years, which kind of sucks because I'm old now. I'm not a young man, you know. And it didn't happen when I was young. I would have been like, whoo, thank God. But now every time I'm like, we can start a family, and they're like, no. No, sir. I'm not having a racist podcast, baby. That's not gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, no, I had to go down to the Carolinas to do that, which felt bad at the time, but now I feel like I got like one of the last ones probably. So now it feels awesome, right? It feels the same as the day I finally found PS5 at Best Buy. I'm like, yeah, I don't even play it. I'm just happy that someone else can't have it, but I do. This could have made a child happy, and I'm taking that away. There could have been a happy child, but now it's me. Now I'm happy. And I have PlayStation, which interestingly enough costs the same as an abortion. So that's cool. It's sort of it's the PlayStation abortion economy, I guess. So yeah, I had to get an abortion, which I keep saying that. Do you say I got an abortion if you're the man? Because I don't know because it stems from, you know, when like a couple is expecting a baby and the husband will be like, oh, we're pregnant. And then he'll touch the stomach. And the stomach touching has to stop. That's the fucking, because it's condescending to me, right? Like, as if I don't know where the baby is. Like, if you're like, my wife's pregnant, I'm not gonna be like, is it in her brain? I know where the fucking, you're just treating me like I've never had sex? Fuck you, I'll kill you and your wife, I don't care. I'll kill your whole family. I'll take your skin, I'll wear it in my car. I'll have my own family. Now I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with my family. It's because I say stuff like that. That's why the abortions keep happening. But, yeah, no, it was crazy. Because I don't know, what do you say other than get? The only other option is I paid for an abortion. And that makes me sound like a plantation owner. That's not fucking I recently financed the death of a child. I managed to procure the funds to end the life of an infant. Terrible. But yeah, no, I went down there. I did the right thing. Fellas, I'm sure you've done the right thing before, which is, of course, handing over the $400 and then completely checking out emotionally while her hormones are ravaged for a week and you sit on the couch trying to watch Slapshot for the 35th time. While she cries and you go, what's wrong? Are you sad? I paid the $400. Why are you crying? Look, it's Paul Newman. Yeah, no, so I was down there, and like, I mean, I have to travel to say all this bullshit, on the road a lot, which seems, the shows are fun, but being on the road, it's lonely, it sucks, and so in different towns, I usually try to find like a little museum or something to go do. Otherwise, I'll just kill myself in the hotel room with peanut M&Ms, most likely. Bar, just suffocating on peanut M&Ms. So I was down in South Carolina, and I had some time to kill, among other things, obviously. And so I was like, well, I'll go learn something, right? But it's South Carolina, not a very learned place. So there was no interesting museum. So what I ended up doing is I went on a $15 walking tour of, let's just call it a house built under questionable circumstances. It was a slave owner's house. And then you go in, and they're like, he owned the most slaves. And I'm like, don't say it like that. Why? Don't use that tone in describing it. It was a guy that owned like all of these fucking slaves. But then it was just like a house downtown. It wasn't like a farm. There was like nothing for them to do even. And it's like, that's gotta be the worst guy to be during slavery. Is the guy that's just like, I just like collecting them. They're like Pokemon to me, basically. I stack them up, I feed them stuff, see if they evolve. And then me and my friends fight them. We fight them together to make them stronger. I don't know, that's crazy. That guy was probably just autistic, right? That's like, because they didn't have like Funko Pops in 1820. If you had autism in the South in 1820, you were like, I have the most slaves. I have all of the slaves now in my house. They're like, yeah, Jeremy's been struggling in school, but we got him slaves. We got him slaves. And he's happy with his slaves. So right. But yeah, no, that tour, the wildest thing happened on that tour, and I want to tell you guys about it because it kind of blew my mind, because it was a tour group. I was with other people, and I was the only one that like reacted viscerally to this bizarre thing that happened on the tour. Because we're doing the tour, and the tour guide, first of all, like, it was Paula Deen. It was Paula Deen. I wasn't like, hey, that looks like, it was Paula Deen. That's where she wound up after she got canceled. Is tour guide at the slave owner's house, which was an unfair cancellation, by the way. I should let you know that. I'm a Paula Deen truther. That was the only one I didn't agree with. She got hemmed up on bullshit. Because I don't know if you remember. You remember what she got canceled for? She got canceled for saying the N-word, which, hey, yeah, don't do that, right? That's bad. But the context is important because, well, here's why. Because, I'll explain. Because she didn't get caught saying the N-word, right? It wasn't like she was on a hot mic on her show being like, hey, y'all want to hear something funny? It wasn't like that. Here comes my favorite word. It wasn't, that's not a... No, it was during like a deposition. It was like a legal fucking bullshit thing, right? And a lawyer asked her, and she has to tell the truth. The lawyer said, have you ever said the N-word? And what Paula Deen said was, yes, I said the N-word one time 40 years ago. Which has got to be the record. That's the record. That is the record for least N-word said by someone with that accent, by a lady that sounds like that. One time. You remember the first time you heard Paula Deen? She's like, hey, y'all, we're cooking. You're like, fuck, hopefully food. It's the most racist lady I've ever heard in my life. Get in here. They got a racist on the Food Network now. She's just making her chef hat a little bit pointier. She's like, what if it was just a little... I know it's supposed to be poofy, but just a little, just a point, I'm not going to do the eyes, just the point. I just want the point part of it. You think she's probably not even the worst chef, honestly. I mean, honestly, think about it. Who do you think uses the N-word more? Both hard R and soft A inclusive. Paula Deen or Guy Fieri? Who? Which one? Which one? Which one? You know, as soon as those cameras stop rolling, you know they probably have to edit it out a lot. You know he's had like a fucking like triple bacon heart attack breakfast burrito and taken a bite and just been like, boop. Oh, yeah, that's a breakfast burrito right there. That is a fucking... They're like, yeah, Guy, you did it again. You fucking... I know it was a soft day, but you probably, I mean... It's the Travel Channel. I don't know. We're already in a lot of hot water with Paula Deen. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so she's a tour guide at this slave owner's house now. And no, it was wild. It was crazy. I was doing this tour, and you're doing the tour, and maybe I'm spacey or something. I just kind of forgot that it was a slave owner's house because they don't really talk about it because it's South Carolina, so they're like, we still kind of think it was good. You know, they don't. Honestly, it was mostly, they're like, this is heart pine. That's what the banister's made out of. And you're like, oh, wow, okay. It was like a Fuddruckers from the 1800s. It's like commemorative plates on the wall and shit. So they don't really talk about the slavery thing until you get to the third floor of the house. And you get to the third floor of the house, and there is a dramatic tonal shift. And the tour guide, she starts getting quiet, right? She starts lowering her voice. And at the time, I thought she was getting quiet due to the emotional severity of what we were looking at. Because when you get up to the third floor, there's nothing on that floor except for this glass display case. And in the glass display case, they have these collars that have numbers on them that the slaves were forced to wear. And everybody's familiar with the history of slavery. But when you see physical evidence of it up close, it's like a very moving experience. You know, you start to cry, you get goosebumps. It's powerful to watch or witness, I guess. And like I said, the tour guide, she's getting quieter and quieter. And she says, and these were the collars that were put on the men and women that were forced to work in this house. And on this floor, we have to keep our voices down because upstairs is the great-great-grandson of the man that built the house. And I'm there with like 5 other people, and they're like, wow. And I'm like, can I have my $15 fucking back? Are you kidding me? What do you mean he's upstairs sleeping at 3 p.m.? Wake his ass up, get him down here. Let's beat him to death with his shoes. That's fucking wild. That's like if you went to Auschwitz and they were like, that's where the trains pulled in, and you see that little duplex over by the gift shop? That's old Billy Hitler's place. Yeah. Can you believe that? Sort of an Auschwitz miracle. They kept it in the Hitler family the whole time. Made through thick and thin. It's a Hitler property. Anyways, I guess it's good all those people died of COVID, probably. Because they refused to get the experimental gene therapy. Which they almost got me with that one when they said gene therapy. Because the gene part I have no problem with. Go ahead, turn me into an X-Men, I don't care. But therapy? No thanks, pal. I'm not gay. No. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do hate therapy, though. I think therapy's bullshit. Because they put it under the umbrella of like medicine, which it's not. Like they're like, oh, that's a doctor. That's not even remotely close to a doctor, right? Because the other doctor, you can go for one thing, you know? Well, actually, they don't even treat that. You go to a regular doctor, you're like, my hip hurts. You're like, no, it doesn't. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I'm imagining things. But you go to a therapist, they always want to dig into shit, you know? You're like, I'm not feeling too good. They're like, interesting. Were you ever thinking about having sex with any one of your family members? No, I just want to talk about the one thing. They're more like a mechanic than a doctor, right? Because they always want to go for the upsell, right? It's always something else. You go to a mechanic, you know, you go in, you're like, yeah, I got a problem with my Toyota. They're like, well, for starters, that's not a Toyota. Here we go. They're like, yeah, in fact, it's not even a car. It's just a picture of you being molested. And you're like, what? Well, how much is that going to cost? It's probably going to take years. It's going to be a lot of money. I'm like, I thought it was just a fluid problem. They're like, well, technically, I guess, if you think about it. Sort of, in a way. Yeah. So I can understand why they didn't get the vaccine, I guess. Do you guys care about the vaccine at all? Does anybody care? I don't have an opinion. Good. You still care? Good. I think the pandemic's over. I think it's done. I'm not paying attention to the numbers, but I feel like it's over. I feel like, you know how I know the pandemic's over? Because Me Too came back. That's how I know. As soon as I saw the headline, Andrew Callahan accused of rape, I was like, guys, the sun's out. The world is healing. We're free to live in love again. And some of us are rapists, I guess. That's probably, we're back to normal like we've been waiting for, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad it's over because I full disclosure, I didn't get the vaccine, but I didn't get it because I just didn't want to go to Walgreens. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to leave my house. You told me I didn't have to. They're like a chore? Fuck no. I haven't brushed my teeth in 9 months. I don't know what you're talking about. And it sucked. It sucked because there was no room culturally to be a guy that was too lazy to get the vaccine. You couldn't do it. You had no home in culture, right? Because if you tell anyone that got the vaccine you didn't get it, they're going to think you're a fucking fascist no matter what. And then you can't talk to the anti-vax people because somehow they got their own goddamn science, which was the worst part about the pandemic, was the science and the math. I hated that the most. But you try telling one of them, you're like, yeah, I didn't get the vaccine either. They're like, right, because we don't know what's in all this mRNA stuff. And then I have to be like, oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, is the ingredients. There could be fentanyl in it, or I don't know. What. And I should have gotten it, too. I should have gotten it, because I got COVID like 7 fucking times. I just kept getting it. But it became like an ongoing problem, because it was like, I would be like, okay, what's going to happen? I'm going to get COVID 8 times. And then I'd be like, well, now my eye doesn't work, so does the vaccine bring that back? Otherwise, I don't think I need it. Yeah, I guess I'm just a little stubborn, too. I got a little bad attitude. I got a fucking... Really, I think about it. You know what my politics are? Calvin pissing on anything. Anything at all. Just a picture of Calvin pissing on any word. I'm like, exactly. Those are my thoughts. I was just about to piss on that myself. Personally. No, I'm just like stubborn. I think at a certain point I refuse to get it for the same exact reason that to this day I still have not seen The Princess Bride. I think it's the same. It's because the most annoying people I've ever met lose their minds when they find out either one of those facts. They're like, what do you mean you're having? I'm like, I don't know, it sounds like it's for babies. And they're like, no! It's for grown-ups. And it's like, that sounds like you like baby shit, pal. I don't know what to tell you. Sounds like you are into baby stuff. Also, I guess I will say partially I don't really believe the government gives a fuck about anybody's health. As soon as they got involved, I was like, I don't know about this. Because if they did, we would have universal health care, right? They had plenty of time to prove that to us. Plenty of time to prove it, and they blew it. And I believe that health care is a human right, right? I think everybody should have it, free, easy access. But you have to be careful saying that because it makes you sound like a snob for some reason. I don't understand why. Like, you come off like a snob when you say you believe in universal health care. But I just want to let you know that I didn't come to that opinion by being smart, right? I didn't have to read any fucking books. I didn't have to listen to any Marxist podcasts. In fact, I got to that opinion by being an idiot, because here's what I know, if I know anything about the U.S. economy, is somehow in this country, the rule is you can go to Six Flags for free if you drink enough soda. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. You can show up with a bucket full of empty Diet Cokes and be like, look what I did to myself. And they're like, get in there, pal. Go on in. That's like money somehow. And the hospital should work the same way. You should be able to have empty KFC buckets. Like, I'm dying. And they're like, come on in. We'll guess your weight. We'll fucking put you on some rides. The MRI machine's basically a roller coaster. It's basically Six Flags. I know. But I don't know. I guess I kind of feel bad, too, for the anti-vax people. And so I feel like I have to defend those people somewhat. And I don't really do it in person, but I do it online through burner accounts on Twitter. through accounts I make to fuck with people, I guess, on the internet. And I want to tell you about this. I got a lady pretty good online, arguing about the vaccines, right? And she was a Twitter argument lady, so you can imagine what she looked like, right? You know, just the Warby Parker glasses, and you know, just kind of like, not on my watch, like that kind of attitude. And then obviously the Ukraine flag emoji, that's like has to be in there. Which that was another wild thing. That everybody knew what side of that fucking war they were on right away. Here's how dumb I am. I went online, everybody had the Ukraine flag in their profile, and I swear to God, my first thought, I was like, oh, they got a new kind of gay now? They got another one? Yellow and blue? What is that? Is that peeing in the pool? Is that... Am I gay? Am I gay? Because if so, look out, world. I'm a proud pool peer, and I don't care who knows. It's funny, I think about it. That's probably where my conspiratorial thinking started, was when I was a young boy at the public pool. Because you remember that? You remember going to the pool? There would always be like a teacher's pet kid that was like, you know, if you pee in the pool, there's a chemical in the water that turns your pee red, and the lifeguard will see it, and they'll send you to jail, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go to jail. I'm 6. I can't. I'll be raped. I can't be a 6-year-old in jail. I won't stand a chance. I don't know. Right, so you don't pee in the pool, right? And then everybody's getting fucking UTIs because of this one liar, this piece of shit fucking liar. And then halfway through the summer, there's like one brave summer day where you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going for it, right? And then you look down and it's fine, and you're like, dude, fuck the government, man. Yeah. 9/11 was an inside job. Now I know the truth. I'll march right up to Donald Rumsfeld and piss my pants in his face. I don't care. I got... What happened to the 9/11 guys? I guess they were just proven right. That's a... Now it's just common knowledge. You just go up to somebody's grandma, you're like, you know George Bush is a lizard? And they're like, yes, I know. They're all lizards, and they did 9/11. I know. I'm fully aware, thank you. The 9/11 conspiracy guys, they had a weird trajectory, right? Because they kind of like, they really just like fell off hard and fast. You remember it was like the year after 9/11, they were producing like feature-length, beautiful documentaries on YouTube. That was the only thing on YouTube when it started. It was like child pornography and then beautiful 9/11 documentary. And now it's the biggest company in the world. Yeah, they made these great documentaries, and then 3 years after that, a 9/11 conspiracy theorist was just the dumbest guy you know, folding up a $20 bill, trying to show you an optical illusion. Do you know any guys like that? Yeah, I had a friend that would do that. I'd be like, dude, you gotta see this. This is gonna blow your mind. He spends all his time folding up a $20 bill, and he shows it to me. He's like, doesn't it look like the tower's on fire? It's like, no, it looks like your parents should switch to direct deposit. I don't understand that. Why they're giving you cash to do this with. But that was always so funny to me, because it's like, what do you think happened, right? Like the fucking CIA was like, okay, plan's ready to go. Ready to blow up the World Trade Center. There's only one step left. The clues. Yep. Yeah, it's clue time. It's time to get the clues out there, so we're gonna have the Treasury team up with Mad Magazine to create a fold-in on the money to tip off this unemployed man. He's going around, he's like, look, it's the Illuminati. And you're like, actually, it's origami. And it's like, what was I talking about? Oh, right, arguing with this poor woman on the internet about the vaccines, right? So look, I'll say this, only so I don't get this taken down from YouTube. But I don't think there's a problem with the vaccines. I don't really care either way. It's just funny to argue with people. But so, I guess an easy argument to make is, if you get the vaccine and you get COVID, maybe it means it doesn't work, right? But whatever, I'm dumb, I'm stupid. And she was quick to point that out. She said, well, you just don't understand how vaccines work because they're kind of like a seatbelt. They won't prevent an accident, but if you get in one, you're going to wish you had one. And I said, oh, okay, I think I understand what you're saying. So you're saying the pandemic, much like a car accident, probably caused by a Chinese person? Is that? Because that sounds racist, ma'am. That sounds pretty racist to me. Got to stop Asian hate out there, which I hope you guys are doing, by the way. I hope you guys are stopping Asian hate. Because I tell you what, someone's hating Asians, and if it's you, cut it out. Just stop. Just stop it. I love Stop Asian Hate. That's like the best hashtag, right? Because it's so direct and to the point. You know what I mean? You can't argue with it. You can almost see the Chinese influence. They're like, dude, stop right now. Just stop. Just stop it. It's just straight through the middle. Just fucking stop. Like all the other hashtags, I agreed with them in spirit, but they were too, wishy-washy, Like Black Lives Matter, yeah, of course. But you left all lives matter right there for the taking. If it had been hashtag don't kill black people, nobody's gonna be like, well. Hashtag kill black people. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to share my opinion. Just a psycho with a Jesus fish and hashtag kill black. Well, that's just how I feel. I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, Me Too. Me Too. Granted, that was the first hashtag, but probably the worst named. They should have put a little more thought into that name than Me Too. Really, that's the name you picked to describe what that movement was? Like, imagine you're telling somebody the worst thing that's ever happened to you. And you're like, and nobody believed me, and I had to be in therapy for years. And then somebody just barges in. They're like, oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, same, basically. Been there, done that, sister. That's just reading is good. But I don't know. I support all that stuff, I guess. I'm trying to clean up my act. I'm trying to be a better guy. I'm starting a charity. I'll tell you guys this. I can't believe I forgot to tell you already. I'm starting a charity. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's called Blades for AIDS. It's a charity. And what we do is we buy rollerblades for guys with AIDS. And I know what you're thinking. Those guys already have rollerblades. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yes. You got me there. But as the disease progresses, you lose bone mass, you go down a shoe size, you're going to need new rollerblades, pal. And that's where we come in. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I have been trying to be better, actually. I've been reading in general because somebody told me that reading builds empathy, which I didn't even know what that was, I guess. No, I've been reading, but, I guess I'm in my mid-30s now, so I can't read fiction anymore because that doesn't fucking work on you. I don't care. People are like, oh, this is beautifully written. I'm like, shut up. What are you talking about? You read a story. And they lived in love forever and ever. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I need to find a war I can pretend I died in. Those are the kind of books I can read in my low T 30s. Is war history. I'm like, yeah, that's me with the sword. So I've been reading a lot of war history, and I found this out. Apparently, they had something called the French and Indian War. Do you guys know about this? Oof. Imagine how fucking bad that smelled, folks. Oh my God! Whoa!
Yeah, that's my first smile. That's funny.
I said both of them.
You got me.
What were they fighting over? The Febreze? I don't know. What the hell? I'm just kidding. I'm not racist. It's just a joke. I'm not racist. I'm not. Unlike Paul Dean, I never say the N-word. I don't say the N-word. I don't think you should. I will say this. There's one exception I make for myself that I think almost every white person makes. It's if I'm in my car by myself listening to rap music. But what can I say? I just really hate rap music. It just really gets on my nerves. I don't know. Those last three are just for me. That's pretty. No. I really do. I do try to check myself, honestly. And you know what? There's something I want to own up to that I did somewhat recently that I feel kind of bad about. But I want to confess to it. I did something misogynistic. And I'll just tell you what it was. It was a couple of years ago during the last Winter Olympics, which I was watching with my then girlfriend. And I killed her. And, she's fine. She's both alive and well and also doesn't exist. And I made her up for that. No. We were watching the Winter Olympics, and something happened during the last Winter Olympics that is, it's like kind of the source of frustration for me with comedy, because you get into doing stand-up, if you love it as a kid, you get into doing it because it brings you so much joy. It's like it's this escape, right? But like anything in life, if you start pursuing it, eventually it just becomes technical, right? And it sucks the joy out of it. So now I'll watch the best comedians in the world, right? And what it looks like to me is Matrix code, So it has to be a situation in real life that brings me joy, right? So best comedian, best joke, I just go, that's funny. Deaf guy being chased by bees, I'm like, oh my God, that's fucking perfect. But the problem is those things happen in real life, and then it's your job as a comedian to explain it to the audience why it's funny, and I don't like doing my job, right? So, but during the last Winter Olympics, a thing like that, a very funny situation happened, and I'll tell you guys, I'll just tell you what happened. I'll tell you, here's how they reported it. One of the cross-country skiers, his penis froze off. That's what they said, right? Right, and you guys see, you're barely laughing. You're like, go on. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Of all the ways to lose your dick, I mean, that's fucking, it's like getting sucked into a machine at a Looney Tunes factory and then freezing off at the Winter Olympics. That's the funniest way possible. Because really, build up the image in your head. That's like a 4-hour event. It probably happened halfway through. And this dumbass with that the bullet helmet, it's like, sure, my penis feels weird, but it's the Olympics. I gotta tough it out. It's the Olympics. I'm doing this for Sweden. And he gets across the finish line, and it had been hours. It probably worked its way up the fucking. And they're like, he thinks they're putting the medal on them, and they're like, what is that, a baby carrot? What do you have on them? What do you have under your fucking... Anyways, so we're sitting there. I'm crying laughing at this man that lost his dick at the Olympics. And I turn to my girlfriend and I say, well, just give him the women's gold medal, obviously. That seems to be the answer. And she quickly fires back. She says, that's really misogynistic. And I was like, fuck. I thought I was being a trans ally. I forgot about it. I'm trying my best here to do the right thing. But she's right. No, she's right. That is misogynistic. It is a misogynistic thought to have, to assume that even the worst dickless guy in the cross-country skiing event would be better than the best woman. But, I mean, cross-country skiing is kind of a joke across the board. It's just cold walking. No one should get a fucking award for that anyways. But, she's right. It is misogynistic, and I genuinely don't want to be a misogynist. I don't want to be any kind of prejudice or whatever. I would want to be a good guy. So I had to do some soul searching. I said, well, why do I have thoughts like this, right? Is it something innate in me that makes me bad? Or, like most things, is it society's fault, right? And you would be surprised to learn that it's society. It is. It's society. It is society's fault, yeah. Because I blame the education system. I do. I mean that, because I was thinking about this, and this is real. I was thinking about this, and I was thinking back to elementary school, and I remembered that we didn't do women's history, right? Which it doesn't seem that absurd to just throw that out there at face value. But if you think about it, we definitely had other identity-based history units, right? Like we had Native American history, which, to be fair, was mostly, hey, come to school dressed like a Native American. Which probably did more harm than good. I don't know if that really helped. But we had Black History Month. I remember that. I'm sure you guys did too. You remember that? February roll around, they'd be like, hey, you like peanut butter? Well, have I got news for you, pal? Yeah, peanut butter. That was them. No, No, not the grape jelly, the peanut butter. Yeah. The grape jelly was us. They did the peanut butter. I know you would think that it would be the other way, but yeah, it's crazy. It's sort of like the jazz of sandwiches. It's awesome how that kind of worked out. And then, of course, you get to the end of February, be like, did black people invent anything other than peanut butter? And they'd be like, whoa, look at the time. I guess we don't want a revolution here. Might as well close the book now, I guess. But we never did women's history. That was just not one of the units that we did, which is funny to me because I was thinking, like, did they teach us about any women in history? And there was only 2 names that I could recall. It was Amelia Earhart and Helen Keller, which is very funny that they were planning the curriculum and they were like, hey, we got to do women's history. Who are the most important women of all time? We only got room for 2, so they better be good. Okay, here's go. I got one. How about some lady that was so bad at flying they never found her? Just gone forever without a trace. That is the best girl pilot we ever had, so we'll bon voyage, ladies. We'll put her in there. And we need one more. Oh, I know. How about a little girl that was so disabled, people were like, damn. Oh my God. She's trying to talk to a doorknob. We got to put this in the history book. This is like their Ben Franklin, basically. Severely disabled little girl. Yeah, it was crazy. Anybody else do the thing, too, where your brain, like, confuses Helen Keller and Anne Frank? The thing where they just merge. Like, I have that. It's the same process as, like, fucking those 2, Gary Busey and Nick Nolte. My brain's like, that's the same guy. And then Michael Douglas and Martin Sheen. It's like, it's like your brain doing, like, a mini racism. You know, where it's just big, stupid people and like, yeah, look at all these Gary Buseys over here. You know, it's just fucking the 2 of them. But yeah, Anne Frank and Helen Keller, that's a weird one, right? Because they have nothing in common, other than they were both like little girls. And one couldn't speak, and the other one wasn't allowed to. I guess that's probably been... I guess it would have been pretty fucking bad if they had Helen Keller in that attic. That would have been a tough job. Just like, I'm trying my best. What do you have up there, a monster? Bring us the monster. Bring the monster down here now. They probably would have just left her there. They're like, yeah, this is worse than anything we could do. To just be trapped in a prison under your face. I think that's probably a fate worse than death. With Helen Keller, too, wasn't it just, it was like her caretaker was the only person that could, like, talk to her, right? Did anyone check? Was there any way to check? Because that could have just been, like, just some... It was just some lady that was like, I can talk to her. I can talk to monsters. I can speak to them. Give me a book deal. I'll speak to the monster for you. I'll let you know when she's in love. The monster's saying she's in love. If that lady was lying, that is the most important woman in history. It's the greatest con man that ever lived was actually a woman, kids. There was a brave lady that took advantage of a disabled girl and made millions of dollars. That's your Gordon Gekko, basically. I don't know. Those were the kind of jobs we used to have 100 years ago, back when things were cooking. It was all good jobs. Every job was being a different type of liar, basically. There's no fun jobs like that anymore. There's only one that's close, which is being the guy at Apple that comes up with the new emojis every update. That is an 1880s liar's job. Because everyone else at Apple has to be a computer programmer, and then there's one guy that gets to show up at every update meeting being like, poof, okay, here's my 10 guys I drew, so wow. Yeah, good job, team. We all worked the same hard as each other on this one. So I'm gonna go to lunch, but yeah, that's a wrap, definitely. But why that job's really good is because, like, I don't know if you pay attention to the new emojis every update, but there's always, like, 90% of them are bullshit, but they always throw in 4 or 5 that are just bait for Fox News. That's it. That's the only reason they're in there. Like every time it'll be a snowman or a takeout food box or an Indian guy marrying a dog, and then fucking Sean Hannity sees it and he's like, what the fuck is this? Stay away from my dog, Vikram. You know, he loses his fucking mind. Like the last update. You remember the last update? It was the pregnant man emoji that fucking they went crazy. Which they didn't even say it was a pregnant man. It was just a guy doing this. He could have just been full. You don't even know. He could have just eaten too much cum. You don't know that he was pregnant, right? But then Tucker saw it and he's like, it's the end of the world. Want to use your iPhone? Time to get nutted in. It's the future Apple wants. What is going on? Who wants this? Who wants to eat cum to use their phone? I miss that show. It's so funny to watch and imagine like a 95-year-old being like, I have to eat cum now. They've been addicted to Fox News forever. Tucker says I have to eat cum, or grandson won't call us anymore. Yeah, that update was funny too because one of the other like sort of baity emojis they added was, I guess I don't really know the word for it. I guess you would call it the Stephen Hawking style wheelchair, you know? Like not just motorized, but like the fucking command center and like the whole deal. And how I know it was bait is because one of the default emojis had like a woman with short cropped windswept hair. So it had this like out of my way, I'm disabled kind of vibe to it. Like, I'm on my way to Girl Boss, the parking spots. And it was funny to me that they put that in there because they already had a regular wheelchair emoji. And I guess that's fine. It's like representation or something. But like, what is the conversation we're making the distinction between those two types of wheelchairs is remotely acceptable via emoji, right? Like, who would you be talking to where they're like, oh, I'm disabled, by the way? You're like, interesting. Are you regular wheelchair? Or Stephen Hawking wheelchair? You're like, oh, I'm Stephen Hawking wheelchair. You're like, oh, great, we'll have dinner at your place then, I guess. Seems to make the most sense because I don't have the van with the big battery or whatever. You guys miss him, by the way? You guys miss Stephen Hawking? Good, good. I did a show, I asked, and one guy was like, he was a fucking nerd. Coming all aggro about it. Which is very funny, because the guy was right. He was a nerd. But you just don't think about Stephen Hawking on, like, the nerd-jock continuum. Because you'd think he would have escaped that at some point in his life. It's hilarious to imagine a 65-year-old Stephen Hawking leaving a lecture hall at Princeton being like, and that's the way the universe works. Then he goes outside, and there's just a guy in a Letterman jacket that's like, ooh, yes. Hey, boys, here comes Wheels. Let's fucking get his ass. He's like, you know, please stop. Leave me alone. His hair's gray. Take his computer. Look up gay porn on his computer. Pull up guys fucking on there. Hey, everybody, look what the nerd's looking at on it. Yeah, sometimes women will get mad too. Like, I've had women be like, well, you know, he cheated on his wife. And I'm like, tell me exactly what happened, right? He cheated on his wife. And it's like, everybody knows that too. Which is like, how did that story get out other than his wife telling people? Which that's gotta be what. Can you imagine being one of her friends and you're like, how's it going? She's like, tough week. Steven cheated on me. And then you have to be like, oh. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened. I guess that's tough, definitely. I personally miss him a lot. I didn't at first. He was like one of those celebrities that died and I didn't give a shit, and then I missed him later. Which I guess really the only other example of that is Paul Walker, probably. Yeah. That one hit me, right? Because you remember the headline when Paul Walker died? Said Paul Walker dies in fiery car crash. I had the same reaction as every other American. I said, yeah, that is ironic. That is a irony. Then Fast and Furious 6 came out, and I cried, and I cried. And I mean, Stephen Hawking, same thing. I bet they chill. I bet they're friends, wherever they wound up. Paul Walker and Stephen Hawking. Paul Walker's like, let's see how fast we can get this chair together. Let's see if we can get a 10-second chair out of you, dude. He's just like fucking with the oxygen tank. He's like, dude, is this NOS? Like, Stephen Hawking's head's just getting bigger. He's fucking, please stop. You're killing me more. Please stop it. I'll tell you, my favorite thing about Stephen Hawking, the thing I love the most about him is I love that he had glasses. That always tickled me. That was always so funny to me. That Stephen Hawking had glasses? Like, to be that fucked up, and then you're still like, I think something's wrong with my eyes. I think I better get my eyes checked out before this gets any worse. I think that's... Can you imagine Stephen Hawking just bashing his way into a LensCrafters? Can you help me? They're like, no. You need like a battery or something, not a fucking eye exam. I don't know why you think. I tell you what I didn't like, though, is that Stephen Hawking movie. That thing was a bummer. The top to bottom, even the name, Theory of Everything. That's not the name of his theory, right? It was like they got somebody's cousin from Staten Island to write the whole thing. Somebody was like, hey, Tony, give us a Stephen Hawking movie. He's like, yeah, no problem. I got your Stephen Hawking movie right here. All right, yeah. No, so check this out. All right, so he's Stephen Hawking. He's a scientist. This guy's a fucking genius, right? So, yeah, no, he came up with a theory of fucking everything, this guy. So, yeah, he came up with everything. All right, and so here's the movie. He's normal, and then he's retarded. That's it. So, that's it. Give me the Oscar. And that is the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie. That's the narrative arc of that movie. It starts off, he's walking around. He has his original voice. Did you ever hear his original voice? He was like, I think I'm going to go to university for math. Did you know he sounded like that? He had that Mary Poppins voice. I saw that, and I was like, wow. So he was retarded the whole time. What an uplifting story about this man who triumphed over odds. But, yeah, no, the worst part about the movie is that guy did win. He won, like, the best actor award that year for that fucking movie. And I don't think it was a good performance because, like, Stephen Hawking in real life, he had ALS, which is a degenerative disease. It gets worse and worse. Remember Ice Bucket Challenge? Right, yeah. Well, I guess you remember that, but not ALS. I guess it didn't really work. Yeah, so that's what Stephen Hawking had. He had Ice Bucket disease. No, but it's like a degenerative disease, right? And I guess that can be hard for an actor to portray, right? At one point, they can put him in the wheelchair, but leading up to that, he has to show this process of degeneration. And the way he chose to do that is at a certain point during the movie, he's wearing glasses, but he starts doing this, like, Jerry Lewis, like... He's like, my knees don't feel too good! And then the Academy Awards saw it, and they were like, that was the best performance of the year. That's probably exactly how it happened at Cambridge University. They were sending him to class looking like the nutty professor, I guess. Anyways, that's the last naughty thing I have to say. I'm glad you guys aren't mad at that. I had a lady get mad at me. She said it was ableist to make fun of Stephen Hawking, which I disagreed with, right? Because I said it can't be, because he's dead, right? Yeah. And I believe that. I don't think you can be ableist to somebody that's dead, right? If you think it's ableist to make fun of Stephen Hawking now, that means you think he's still in the chair in heaven, right? Hello? And that would be a pretty fucked up heaven, I'd imagine. Can you believe that? You do the best math in the world for 80 years, you finally get up there, you're like, can I please get some pussy? And they're like, nope, back in the chair, pal. Yeah, we got math up here too. There's numbers you crunch. All right, that's it for me. You guys are good. Thank you so much. Keep it going for Adam. I appreciate it so much. Get home safe. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Because you're not a poo unless you fuck the principal.
Absolutely.
That's pretty pimp.
Yeah.
You find the biggest,
It's
baddest
the
authority
captain of the
figure.
football team having sex with the principal.
Yeah, you got to fuck some bald man in the ass.
Yeah.
You got to grab him by his little shoehorn.
Mike
or
was so
horseshoe.
cool. He not only fucked the prom queen, but he also bent over Mr. Baldwin and fucking went balls deep.
Absolute
ass.
savage.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would.
Very good, Michael. Very good.
Very good.
Well, I think we're going to win the big game now.
I had my high school principal was named Mr. Wilson.
Oh, Mr. Matthews, if I could see you in my office, I'm going to make you the coolest kid in school.
Jeez, I don't know, Mr. Feeney.
Yeah. It's just another day that the boy meets world. It's a boy who's meeting the world. It's boy meets world. Ba-da-da-da. That's the theme song.
Go ahead and fuck me in the ass, Mr. Matthews.
Last week on Boy
I'm
Meets
holding
World.
my cheeks open.
It's wide open for you, Mr. Matthews. To be continued. Close up.
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, fucking Corey or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Fucking-
Corey.
Is that the character's name?
Corey.
Corey.
Corey he's in shock and he doesn't know what to do.
One of the Savage brothers. He was.
And now, where we left off last week, and then it's back, and he's staring. He's not all the way in the principal's office yet. He's in like the waiting area, and the secretary, she's completely naked, and she's got her tits
She's
out.
also naked.
And he's like, I can't. She's like, all my clothes fell off. And he's like, but I'm gay. And she's like, oh, well, then go right through and see the
Go in
principal.
to see Mr.
And then
Feeney.
he opens the door, and Mr. Feeney's bent over his desk holding his ass open. He's like, oh, thank God. And then the studio audience laughs.
Yeah.
And
I
then
thought for a second you
he's
might be
like,
straight, Mr. Matthews.
Thank God. I thought you were already in the room, and you didn't want to have sex with my ass. That's
Very
why
well, then.
That's why this required a 2-part episode.
Yeah, oh, dude, I would have
Take a
been on the
look
edge of my
and-
seat for a week.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Oh my
Is he
God.
going to fuck Mr. Feeney?
Yeah, when is
he going to
TGIF?
get sucked off by the secretary?
Do you think
with her
Corey?
tits
Do you
out?
think Corey fucks Mr. Feeney in the ass? Call 1-800-682 and vote now. Brought to you by Butterfingers. Enter for a chance to win a full replica of Mr. Feeney's ass that you can fuck at home.
That's right. This is even though this is years before Fleshlight.
Right into P.O. Box 6822. Mr. Feeney's ass
You get
contest,
a
Las
paper
Vegas, Nevada.
mache ass of Mr. Feeney's.
Oh man.
Price is subject to verification. Only one entry per household. The household.
if your dick is small and
dick
you're
is
gay,
small,
you
your
don't
penis is vagina.
If you're a little faggot, you can't vote.
This bitch ass faggot ass.
No black people are allowed to do it.
Yeah, black people, black
Latinos
people,
or black
Chinese,
people?
Indian, India, Chinese, Japanese. Thank you very much. He was one of the best disclaimer guys around. 1998 fit, and he got so into children's cough medicine, he was checked out by the second or third line. It's the Nissan fuck you in the ass event. Come on down at participating dealerships only. I'm gay, my wife left me.
She took the kid, she took the house. I'm gay now.
I'm
sorry,
Mr. Feeney.
goes on.
I'm Mr.
My-
Feeney.
Mr. Feeney. I'm Mr. Feeney. Mr. Matthews, please fuck
I
me in the
jacked
ass.
off to Mr. Feeney. I jacked off to pictures of Mr. Feeney in the movie The Graduate. And he's standing by the pool and he's wearing shorts. I jacked off to that. That was the first time I jacked off. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
This is the first time I ever told anybody. This is the
Yeah.
first time Am I gay? I don't know.
It was 1979. I was 11 years old. I didn't know. For some reason, I was watching The Graduate.
The Nissan copy! The Nissan!
Yeah.
Come on!
It's the Nissan jack off to Mr. Feeney in The Graduate event.
I've never busted so much. It's the thing that makes me most.
1984, I was 11 years old. We
It's the
copied
only
The
thing that made me
Graduate on
feel alive.
Baymax. Mr. Feeney, he's wearing blue shorts and he's got no shoes on.
Whenever I close my eyes, it's the only image I see.
I don't know why. I imagine him coming up to me in the pool, telling me to get out. It's time to get out of the pool. You can't be in there all day, Mr. Disclaimer Guy. And and then something happened, and then I had to talk like this. And then I became obsessed with Judeo-Christian morality. And then I had to talk like this. This is who I became.
Oh my God, Ben.
Because the Islamic religion never developed logic. They never developed logic. Christ is subject to verification. I jacked off to Mr. Feeney.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why I talk like this.
That's why I talk like this. I jacked off to Mr. Feeney.
I didn't have a
huge
choice.
tits.
My sister's tits were so big that I had to jack off to Mr. Feeney. I needed something to jack off to, and my sister walked by, and I saw her big tits, and it made me feel sick. So I went in my room, and I put on The Graduate. A very good movie. A very good movie about Judeo-Christian values. And I picked the least sexy scene in the movie, the part where you can see Mr. Feeney's feet. And I jacked off to that.
I jacked off to
I jacked off to that.
Over and
At
over.
the Nissan sales event. It's the Nissan sales event brought to you by Ben Shapiro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. I bet you. I mean, we all wanted to fuck Topanga, though, right?
What race was she? Coconut?
I think she was just a white girl with big
Yeah,
lips.
hippie parents.
But they gave her name was supposed to be like what? Like ethnically huge tits.
Yeah.
That's right.
Her race is
His
tits.
race is fat titties. Take me there, dude. I want to fucking get shipwrecked and wash up on the Topanga
my
Island.
daughter Topanga Bazonga. Bazonga.
Topanga coconut.
Bazonga Tigos.
What's she up to these days? I've tracked down.
I think they tried to reboot it. Maybe
They did. He was like, oh
And it
fuck, I don't
didn't-
have my phone. I was
Mr.
gonna be a professional. Put it in
They
the
got
other
fucked in
room.
my ass.
They fucked me ass.
Not on my phone either.
Mr. Feeney fucked me in the ass.
And my favorite show is Boy Meets World. And I won a trip to go all the way to the set. And Mr. Feeney fucked me in my ass.
Oh, you
I've
must
never told
be
him.
a big fan.
That's a cute
Why don't
little
you-
hat you're wearing there, Mr. Shapiro. What do you call it?
It's called a yarmulke.
It's called a yarmulke, is it? Why don't you come into my trailer and you can tell me more about the yarmulke?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
I get to meet Mr. Feeney. Mr. Feeney, I'm a big fan of your feet.
He's already getting hard as he's walking into the trailer.
I don't understand what's happening to my body.
Why is my penis getting hard?
Now, I hope you don't
My
mind
pants are
if
getting tighter.
I pull down your suit. I unbutton the suit you wore here for some reason.
Put down your briefcase.
You won the Meet Mr. Feeney contest, and so you wore a suit
You
and
wore
a
a
yarmulke.
suit and a yarmulke and brought a roller backpack for some reason.
You have a briefcase with wheels on it.
Like you're at an airport.
Doesn't make any sense. It's like somebody said, you know what's gay? A briefcase. How can we make it a little bit
How
gayer?
can we make a briefcase gayer, Mr. Shapiro?
Mr. Shapiro.
Yeah,
And then he
he's
held me
got-
down and he fucked me in the ass.
And he held me down and he fucked me in my mouth. and then I became obsessed with Judeo-Christian values.
Very good, Mr. Shapiro.
Yeah. Just like that, Mr. Shapiro.
Oh, you're the best I've ever
Getting
had.
skull fucked by Mr. Feeney.
That's how you do it, Mr. Shapiro.
His head hanging back off,
Yeah.
like upside down off a bed.
Roll that neck back for me. It's all in the neck, Mr. Shapiro.
Give it to me upside down, Spider-Man style, Mr. Shapiro.
Very good.
Very good, Mr. Shapiro. Oh,
And then he spit on my balls. And he put my balls in his ass. Real quick,
One more thing, Mr. Shapiro.
there's one thing I'd like to do before you leave. It would be a shame to waste such a trip. You won the contest. I'm going to put your little baby balls in my ass. And I remember it hurting.
It hurt.
It
Even
hurt.
though my balls were small. That's
Getting
how
fucked in my ass wasn't as painful as having my nuts squeezed into Mr. Feeney's ass, which he somehow was able to flex and crush my nuts.
And that's why I talk like that. That's why.
That's
My vocal
why,
cords
and
never.
I was never able to hit complete puberty
I'm
Because
not a
my-
castrato.
because my nuts were crushed in Mr. Feeney's ass.
I talk like this because Mr. Feeney crushed my nuts when I was 11.
After winning a contest, it wasn't a contest. I would just write in to correct the things on the show. They called me the tidbit boy in the writers' room.
The logical fallacy.
Because I would pay attention to what homework was assigned in the show to Corey, and then do the fictional homework myself and send it in to be graded by the writers for extra credit, and demanded that they write to my teacher at Jewish School of Judaism in Israel,
The Golda Meir Jewish School
the
for
Beth
Israel.
School of Jewish Israel School, which receives $50 million a year from the public school system,
Redirected from the public
school system, so that black kids can't have lunch, so that we can have extra computers.
Anyway, that's why I talk like this.
The School for Extraordinary Jewish Boys. We
God
scored.
damn.
Oh my God, we scored.
Nice. Adam's watching.
I'm watching Arsenal
game.
Liverpool.
So the one day he puts his phone away, he's watching
Full match
a
on.
soccer match.
Listen, I can't believe it. Okay,
There are two types of logic.
it's Yom Kippur.
There's Yom Kippur logic, and then I didn't have anything to do. I was trying to, where I wanted to end up is making Ben Shapiro making a declarative statement about what Mr. Feeney's penis tastes like, and then defending it by saying you can make a reasonable assumption as to what Mr. Feeney's penis tastes like without actually having to have sucked Mr. Feeney's penis. It doesn't prove anything just because I went into a fugue state and described Mr. Feeney's penis in detail.
The fact that I knew that it tasted like enoki mushrooms.
Using Judeo-Christian logic, it is entirely possible to create an argument through reason to describe exactly what Mr. Feeney's penis tastes, looks, and smells like.
You didn't even have any first-hand experience.
I brought on a toddler to debate me about it.
You're gay.
Yeah. You suck Mr. Feeney's penis. This interview is over. Maybe if you actually read my book, you would know that he just made me put my balls in his ass.
You said you got skull fucked by him.
That part was retracted in a later edition of the book.
Miss me with that gay shit.
That was an editorial error, which any author is afforded at least 15 mistakes.
It was an editorial error that I put in 3 whole chapters.
Four and a half chapters describing getting fucked in the mouth by Mr. Feeney and describing his penis in detail was what is commonly known as a typo. Maybe you've heard of it. If not, I'd be happy to direct you to the Wikipedia page for typos. Ben Shapiro destroys baby that says he got raped by Mr. Feeney. You got raped by Mr. Feeney. It's not rape if it was consensual, and it didn't even happen.
Mr. Feeney fucked your ass.
I put my balls in his ass, which is a Judeo-Christian tradition. It's a Judeo-Christian. It's a tradition. Judeo-Christian. It sounds like he turned out your boy pussy. I thought I was going to meet Topanga.
Little did I know, I was going to get my balls put into Mr. Feeney's ass.
I was planning. I was 17 years old. I was a young boy. And I wrote into the show.
A newborn 17-year-old.
I was fantasizing. I used to fantasize about holding hands with Topanga. And what that would result in is the slightest amount of blood, an appropriate amount of blood, entering my penis, which is not an erection, so it's not a sin. I knew that I was never going to have an erection until I got married.
Are Jews not allowed to have premarital sex?
I guess not.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
But instead of meeting Topanga, my balls were crushed
by Mr.
in
Feeney.
the principal's ass.
Abnormally strong asshole.
Yeah.
Much like Sandy Koufax, Mr. Feeney used to be an asshole pitcher.
It's just
Very good, Mr. Shapiro.
Just another bomb eating the world. He's just a bomb eating the world. Just another bomb eating the world.
Yeah, this is kind of what we had to do. This is kind of the agreement we had to strike up with Mr. Feeney. The only way we get him to not rape the kids on the cast is to bring him a fresh boy every week.
Yeah.
To put his balls in his ass.
I have 2 demands on the show. Obviously, no one's watching this if it weren't for me.
I'm the star, baby.
Is that the feet guy from The Graduate? Is that hot dad
That
from
guy with the sexy feet from The Graduate?
There's not a single other movie I can think that he was in.
or even TV show?
Yeah.
Boston Brahmin accent.
Yeah. That's literally the only other reference I have for that actor.
I don't. Yeah, I think he was in something when he was old. But
Something Daniels. What's his name?
I don't know.
I remember there was an actor strike, and he was the head of SAG. He was like, "We are actors." He gave like a powerful speech.
I bet he's been in a ton of shit.
He's
when
been
he
in
was
a
young.
million things.
Yeah.
Isn't he in The Odd Couple?
I don't
He's
fucking
in
know.
shit.
He's like the neighbor or something.
He's great. He's a great actor. Too bad he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
Too bad he consensually had sex with Ben Shapiro.
17-year-old Ben Shapiro probably looked 9 at the time.
Yeah.
My 2 demands.
My balls hurt. I would like it if you remove my balls from your ass.
At least kiss me if you're gonna fuck me.
I brought my own non-disclosure agreement that I will sign. As part of my homework, I like drafting contracts. This week I did a non-disclosure agreement, coincidentally, about my own rape. Call it serendipitous, but I already written up in detail how Mr. Feeney would put my balls in his ass, and I am to not tell anybody about it.
See, you were asking for it, baby.
No, it's just the universe coming together. It's the stars aligning in beautiful symphony.
Me getting raped by Mr. Feeney.
I've written I was considered a legal wunderkind. By age 11, I had written every contract ever. And there was only one left. One that demanded an 11-year-old boy never tells anyone that Mr. Feeney made him put his balls in his ass.
The final contract.
And I wrote it up.
No one had ever cracked it.
And I was on my way to take it to the framing store to get it. I was going to put it up in my office. It was the last contract I ever wrote. Right next to the first dollar I ever had sex with. And I stopped by the set of Boy Meets World because I had won the letter, the homework doing contest. And Mr. Feeney found my contract.
Read it over.
And then he made me...
My, this is quite the contract, Mr. Shapiro.
Mr. Shapiro.
Mr. Shapiro.
I already found the contract. I signed it. You did too. Now, by law, you have to let me squeeze your balls with my ass cheeks.
It's here in plain black and white English.
Just in a
Mr.
fucking
Shapiro.
cardigan with his ass out.
That's not how NDAs work. Imagine trying to do that, just being like Harvey Weinstein and just going up to an actress with an NDA that says, I will not tell anyone Harvey Weinstein raped me. And then he's like, could you just sign this? And she's like, but you didn't rape me. He's like, I know. And then she's like, all right. She signs it.
It's for when I rape you.
And then he's like, but no, I mean, it
I
says
gotcha.
now I have to rape you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the NDA is
Otherwise, you're
invalid.
going to jail.
Then she's like, can I check with my lawyer? And he's like,
It's illegal.
you can't. No, that's
You
what
signed it.
NDA means. You're not allowed to tell anyone. Now this contract is invalid unless I rape you. I don't want to do it. You're the one that signed it.
Then you'll be in breach of
Yeah.
contract.
They call that a catch-22, Mr. Shapiro.
Mr. Shapiro, did you read the fine print?
Of course I read the fine print. I only read fine print. I'm planning on growing up to be a disclaimer guy. My plan is to become a disclaimer guy. So I love reading nothing but fine print and contracts. That's how I got in this mess. You're probably wondering how I got in this mess.
Yep, that's me.
Yep,
Just
that's
freeze
me.
frame getting his balls squeezed
Yeah.
by Mr. Feeney pinching his nipples with the kid's balls in his ass.
That's me. You're probably wondering how I got my balls squeezed by Mr. Feeney.
Yes.
Ever since I was a young boy, I just wanted to be a disclaimer guy.
Ever since I was a young kid, I wanted to get my balls squeezed by Mr. Feeney.
Knock, knock. Oh, I'm here to see my good friend, Mr. Feeney.
Oh, no. And Mr. Feeney.
Oh, what do we have here? A visitor? Oh, somebody sent to the principal's office.
Have you been a bad boy, Mr.
Someone's been a
Shapiro?
bad boy.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't do any of this gay shit. Paid attention to the character. It's mostly horny for Glenn Close.
A man-looking woman.
You boys keep having fun. I'm going to go drop by Topanga's dressing room. Oh, fuck. That was a good one. You know the girl from the college years, the redhead, does pornography now.
Yeah, I looked it up. She's got big naturals.
Yeah, those are big as hell.
All right, now
They're not
down.
naturals.
They're not
fake.
naturals?
They're fake for
Oh,
sure.
Ben, don't forget your
They look
little
like big
hat
slappies.
before you leave. I would like my yarmulke back. It's right here. And Jim Goldblum's completely hard, and the yarmulke is like glued to the tip of his penis.
And he's jumping up
And
trying to reach it.
Ben can't pull it off because it's glued by dried nut to the tip of his. He's like, you're gonna have to spit on it, and then I'll apply it to the top of your head like a contact lens. Hurry up out there! My ass is getting hungry for boy balls again. I know I just said lunch, but I can go for some boy ball supper directly into my ass. Principal Feeney, your penis is resting on the PA system again. It's being broadcast every classroom.